In white, women's national team for Austria. Please get ready.
Maria.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the next game of the 2023 Underwater Rugby World Championship here in Montreal, Canada. We have Sweden in blue versus Austria in white. So Sweden managed to get a draw against Denmark and Norway, so Norway just beat Denmark, therefore positioning them on the top of the group, but the draw between Sweden and Denmark means it is upon the goal difference between those two teams to decide which team will advance to second place in this group. So it's going to be interesting how the Swedish team will approach this game. Austria surely will have to do a lot of defending during this game. Sweden certainly one of the stronger female teams here in this tournament. So we'll see how these two teams can match up.
And Sweden most probably trying to score as many goals as possible.
Sweden
for
has
the group rankings.
Sweden has to put in everything they have. Alright, game starting. Yeah, we see Sweden closing in on the ball immediately.
But the ball is locked up, quickly fighting for it. The ball slowly pushed forward to this Austrian team, but now Austria got possession of the ball. Decker on the surface with it.
Scheuer, the miss pass into the arms of the Swedish player. Got down to the bottom.
Sweden seems to be more in control of the ball, but
It
is locked up by many players.
Being held back and forth. Tien, miss pass into the arms of Elisabeth Marek, but now fast break for Sweden, trying to move in immediately. Scheuer in between. Good defense by her, stopping her early. Not letting her move on to the basket. Player positioning from the Swedes on the Austrian basket. Now we'll see how they will approach this game. most likely we can see, yeah, 3 people approaching the goal from above, having a station left and right.
Nice positioning of the Swedish player on the other side.
Pass backwards, trying to opening
Number
of blockings.
14 tries to go in there, but there is immediately an Austrian defender interfering. Paul going to the other side, pushing hard from number 91, passing down again to another player, pushing on the goalie. But now number 22 got hold on the ball. Anna Weber.
Penalty call there.
It's a penalty call.
Interesting call, and maybe we can see it on the
most probably
replay
shoulder in the basket. Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting call by the ref, at least, to say the least.
I mean, they were pushing very hard on the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper was not moving. Really.
Yes, but goalkeepers are able to defend properly. Sometimes there are good goalkeepers who can push themselves down to the bottom and not being pushed up if somebody is coming from underneath. So, personal opinion, a little bit of a at least a mixed feeling call. Let's say it like this.
Yeah, but you could see maybe some shoulder also underneath the rim, I would say, from the replay. I think it's fair.
All right. See Denise Schmutz defending for Austria. See the Swedish player taking quite a bit of time. It's going to come in. You can see she's going to stay on top.
And she manages to get underneath the knees and pushing her away.
Strong effort by her.
Very well done.
Strong effort by her. See her come in from above, grabbing the player by the hip, then just pulling her away and tossing the ball in. First goal for Sweden here after 2 minutes after a penalty for Sweden. Alright, Austria now in possession of the ball. There we go. Pass to the right. But now needs options. We see Sweden just
trying to pass back, but the pass didn't reach the player, so Sweden interfered. Managed to get the ball moving forward quickly to the Austrian basket. Keep control of the ball. A lot of Swedish players there, passing stations, and now they attack. Attacking from above, passing to the other side, and number 25, she's also trying to push away the goalie, but bringing the ball back up. Another player positioning herself underneath the basket. Can she bring back the ball down again? No, ball is dragged to the surface. Now, and Swedish players going in again. Managed to keep possession of the ball. They position another person on the other side of the basket.
Alright.
And now they're taking a breath, moving back to the surface, calming down a little bit. Okay. Now going in. Two players immediately there at the basket, very fast, but locked up by Austrian defenders. Pushed back to the surface.
Ball being handled on the surface. Austria taking over. Need somebody to pass to. Has to push herself. Swimming on the side. Careful with the sideline not to.
Bettina Bilgeri was waiting there for the pass, but didn't get the ball from the surface.
Yeah, free throw against Austria here. For some reason. Though being in possession of the ball, so must have been a pushing or not the ball.
Swedish team goes in again. 3 players on the water, 2 positioning themselves at the basket.
One left and right, but have to move back up. Players cannot stay down there. Defense now moving out.
On another empty side. The pass didn't reach the player very
in
well.
In the corner, picked up a Bilgeri again. Moving the ball, trying to get away from a goal. Well done, needs somebody to pass to. Is now up on the surface.
Fighting for the ball very hard.
Well done by her. pass down. Now the Austrians can move forward for the first time in this half. Needing somebody to come with her. We have 3 Swedish players, 1 Austrian player. So a lot of effort put in by her. I think Daniel Neuteufel trying to get to the side.
I think now Klaushofer has the ball on the surface.
Klaushofer was scrummed. Ball back in the hands of Sweden.
And they're passing down and starting their attack. Acceleration there in the middle of the pool.
Kaiser Lilia.
Bilgeri stopped the attack to some degree, but she still tries to go for the goal. And she pulls on the goalkeeper, passing down again. There's no goalkeeper on the goal, and she pushes again, but didn't manage. Ball is dropping down next to the goal. Austrian defender managed to see it immediately and push it back out. Number 22 now, Anna Weberhofer, trying to move forward. Getting the ball to Daniela Neuteufel. Sabrina Scheuer also coming with them. But the fast break was stopped. Calming down. Key possession of the ball. And we have the Swedish women with a good forechecking there. Not giving them much space. Sabrina Scheuer coming down now. Together with Doris Neuberger. 2 Austrian players now positioning at the basket. Sabrina Scheuer trying to move the ball in. Coming from above. Neuberger pushes the ball back out.
Being attacked.
Maybe she could pass down.
Oh, ball dropped. Picked up.
Sudaya Roden.
Sweden though pressing forward. Fast break opportunity for them. A little bit interference, Neuteufel trying to stop. Pass to the surface, scrummed up. Pass forward, well done by them. Now fast break.
Linda Carlsen moving to the other baskets.
3 Swedish players now moving
Only
in. Very crucial situation for Austria. Defender cannot get into position here immediately. There's the attack.
Push away and push it in. Very well executed fast break.
3 Swedish players moving onto the basket. You can see them passing the ball over to Nina Berggren, and she can execute from the right. Well done by her.
Sweden seems to be the slightly stronger team, but also Austria had the moments.
Yes, a timeout for Austria now. Austrian coach in the pool, Thorsten Lütke, giving a speech to his team. Trying to reorganize his defense. We saw defense not in position immediately. 2 Swedish players could take up space underneath the basket during the last score, so they need to reset, get back in position, not being drawn out too much. Very difficult against those top teams in the competition. Sweden certainly showed yesterday against Norway that they can hold their own against some of the top teams here in this tournament. So interesting how they will progress throughout the tournament. Yeah, now back in the water, Austria in possession after the second score by Nina Berggren for Sweden. The Austrian women moving up. First pass downwards, back up. This thing, something that a lot of players do tend to misplay a little bit, ball back now in possession for Sweden, is to pass the ball away before they are being attacked by a single opponent. Just giving away the ball without at least drawing one player towards you usually doesn't net your team an advantage. Quite the opposite, it does net your team a disadvantage, because you're yourself out of the equation and you have 2 opponents closing in on the one you gave the pass to. So always try to establish a little bit of body contact first, have an arm on the opponent first if you're the ball carrier, and then give the pass away. But now well done by Sweden here to recover the ball. Trying to move back into the Austrian half. Sweden again, having 2-3 options down there. But now pass into the arms of Brenner Scheuer.
Very good pass interference from the forechecking of the Austrian team. Simmerschneuer passing
Vogler.
to Vogler. It's difficult for them to stay in possession of the ball. Now maybe they could start a attack. But there's nobody coming with her, so she needs to get back up. Becker now diving for the ball. Maracek, can she bring in the ball? No. Also moving back up.
Move the ball to the surface. Now players positioning underneath, but way too far.
That was a very, very bad pass.
Too far away.
Sweden got the ball, but immediately Austria fought back and lost the ball again. And now fast break from the Swedish team, number 91.
To Alfredsson. So I'm trying to move in, blocked by Bieberhofer.
Second player coming in.
Castavilia.
3 defenders. No.
Strand moving in. Edin Strand alone onto the Austrian basket. A 3-1, but player positioning underneath on the right side. Can she keep the ball in runs? Can pass to the left. Well done by her. Now ball circled to the other side. Well done by the Swedish players, pushing the goalkeeper up. Goalkeeper can get back into position though. Well done, Elin Host trying to approach the goal from the right now, being pulled back up. Bieberhofer in possession for Austria. Now the ball getting back. Schmutz trying to move forward.
Oh, but no passing station close enough to her. She's locked up at the surface. And now Decker
trying to move down. Bonek, Bieberhofer. Is trying to keep in possession of the ball, but always 2 Swedish players ready to intercept, have to play along the wall side. Do not get the underwater presence they want to have in this match. Have to take risky passes forward, and now Sweden moving back up. Bonek could stop the first push, but now again Strand moving forward.
But again, alone with no help. It's not the best idea to move in or move closer to the basket. So they end up in a fight on the surface again.
Pass down. Lennart. Now moving in again from the side. Still Persson trying to move the pass to the left. Defense in position. Yet again moving in onto the goalkeeper. Can lift the goalkeeper up. Oh, nice attempt by Strand. Cannot finalize it. A little bit sloppy in the execution there. Not enough speed to push the ball in, but still going. And a player on the back.
Push.
Very well done by Wittberg. Trying to move the ball in. Still can pass it around. Defense in place. Ball now circling back. Berggren. Slowing down the game a little bit again. 3.5 minutes to go in the first half. Moving in again from above onto the goalkeeper. Yet again Berggren for Sweden. Gave her team a little bit of time to recuperate. Wittberg
over maybe.
So the positioning on the left. Defender needs to be wary.
24.
Yet again positioning on the right. And moving out again. Lilia withdrawing. We see the Swedish with a very clear attack pattern. Going with the ball, have 2 to 3 players at the basket. Attempt once or twice. If you don't manage to go in, go back out. Keep the ball within your own ranks. Go far back, catch some breath, do it again. Three minutes to go. Dragged up, but still in possession for Sweden. Moving in again. Luberg. Pass being picked off. Dropping down now. Empty
the
basket.
Empty basket. Swedish player
Stole with the basket.
stole the basket. They have the ball.
Can she push it in? It's above the
No.
basket. Goalkeeper back in position. Well done by the defense to just in time set himself up again. Still extremely risky though.
But Teen tries to go in again directly, passing over to
Lennart, 1v1.
Oh, and she's
well done by her, just going in from above. The
Wow.
goalkeeper pushed off a little bit.
You can see the pass to Lennart here. The goalkeeper moved away, and she
Just
could.
stuffed it in from above. So 3-0 for Sweden. Comfortable lead for them in this first half, 2 minutes to go. So referee timeout. Some technical timeout here. Referee timeout ended, and the game can resume. Schwab, Maracek, pass to right. See the refs holding call against Sweden. Austria trying to move forward. Somebody coming from the back. I think it would be a punching call. Let's see about that.
Yep. Free throw for Austria.
For punching. Not a lot to punch the ball. So the goal for Sweden will be added in a second there from the referee table.
And Maracek trying to move
moving
in.
Locked up. Little neck hold there
Lost
by
the
the Swedish
ball
player.
against
Ball
the
recovered.
Swedish.
Back then for Sweden. Ball dropped down. Can't bring it to their own player. Ripped out.
Schmutz.
Schmutz for Austria trying to
Recovered
recover.
the ball again. Can she find a passing station?
Doesn't have Scheuer. Now Sweden moving forward again. 52 seconds to go on less than a minute. Sweden trying to move in one last time in this half. Trying to close in. Get another scoring opportunity. Defender not
No
in place
defender
initially.
Pushing hard on the goalie, but didn't move her. Passing over to the other player, and
There's a call by the ref though. Attack on the head. Called by the referee. Seems to be a 2-minute penalty issued. But right before the goal, or the mask. That's bad luck for Sweden though. Ball already halfway in the goal, and the ref stopped the game there to issue a 2-minute penalty. which might help them out a little bit in the long run, but usually you would rather take the goal if you need to score a lot of goals in a game. So Austria now down by 1 player for the next 2 minutes of the game. Sweden will gain possession of the ball with a free throw in front of the Austrian basket. 33 seconds to go for them. And we'll see if they can seize those seconds to score yet another time, which will also inevitably relieve the Austrians of their penalty though. So, or will they get a penalty in addition to a 2-minute? Oh, there's a penalty in addition to a 2-minute penalty. That seems like a very harsh judgment, especially since the 2-minute penalty is usually issued after the penalty is being shot. So Christina Scheuer for Austria. Yeah, they just swimming around. Well executed there by Therese Blennert. Too mobile, the Swedish player, just a quick hook. Right, 17 seconds to go. Player still, you can see, has to stay in the penalty box. That's a very harsh judgment there by the ref, issuing a 2-minute penalty in addition to a penalty shot. Usually do either. And now 4-0 for Sweden. Therese Blennert, I think, again with the goal, with the score. Was watching, Sweden had a draw with Denmark and Norway, so they need to score as many goals as possible. Now Zikadeka coming in from above, trying to bring the ball forward into the Swedish half. Neuberger again to Deka, and now there's the halftime break. So Sweden clearly the more dominant team in this game. Austria valiantly defending against them, trying to hold them at bay. The 2-minute end penalty issued right before the halftime break against Austria. 2-minute penalty in addition to a penalty. It's a very harsh judgment for a penalty only under attacking a mask or equipment there. Also stopping a goal from being scored in that moment, so clear advantage situation. A little bit of an interesting judgment by the ref. And yeah, also as Chad is saying, it's clear advantage situation for Sweden. So yeah, halftime break, 4 minutes to go, and then we'll be back in a couple minutes.
der Schweden und Norwegen drunter. Hello again. We're back in the second half of the women's match, Austria against Sweden. Sweden scored 4 times already in the first half, so it's 4-0 for Sweden against Austria. And immediately Sweden is building up pressure on the Austrian baskets, but they managed to get the ball out of there. Maracek trying to bring the ball out, passing the ball over to Scheuer. Scheuer moving a few meters, but is stopped by the Swedish players again. Neunteufel now in possession of the ball, moving forward slowly maybe, but they have hard times keeping possession of the ball. And now Sweden recovered the ball and start attack
forward,
again.
going into the corner. Surface fights, left alone, player exchanges there. Now
They're having a little chat.
Now Sweden hiding the ball away. I mean, you can see the Austrian forward just waiting for them to come in, and Sweden now with the same strategy they had before. Defender not fast enough underneath the basket. 2 players on either side, has the option to the right. Passing now well read by the forwards though. Ball to the left. Ball being bounced back and forth in the middle. Defender has the ball dropping down now. Goswa has to move outwards. She was looking for a pass
Stopped
upwards.
already and passing
back
back
in.
back
She's
in.
got to back in there. Got to get back in there. Get on holding the ball. Yeah, now she's fighting. Good job for her now. Now she has to move out.
Pass down to Sweden, and she's at the basket, pushing there,
Well done.
but stopped already by the Austrian players. Another player coming in, but blocked very well by Weberhofer.
Evenstrand for Sweden, passing the ball down, hit again. Johansson via Wittberg.
So a very critical situation for the Austrian team. Hard fights, very close to the basket, and
Yes,
the Swedish women could grab a hand on the goalkeepers a couple of times, but didn't manage quite
I
to.
think there's yet again a penalty issue, isn't there? So, see the ref talking to the team. So it was the 2-minute penalty in the beginning of the game. See a player lost her equipment. Is there an exchange? What's happening there on the Austrian side?
Okay, all the players get out of the water. One goalkeeper, that's Neunteufel.
Yep,
Daniel Neunteufel for the penalty, who is shooting on the Swedish side.
Probably Terry Splanard again for Sweden. We did it twice already. No, I see 3 on the Finns. Maybe Linda Carlsen or Elin Hos. We see. Yes. It's 33.
Linda Carlsen.
No, it's
No, number 3.
Number 3. Wilma Tien for Sweden. And the Austrian goalkeeper moved up. She went in from the side. We'll number her. And yes, as Chad said, goal difference shouldn't matter anymore since Denmark lost to Norway and start down 1 point. So well done for Sweden there. Probably securing second place in this group rather safely. As they should not lose against the Austrian team here in this match anymore.
Janowski starting with the ball.
Janowski came in for Anna Weberhofer in the second half. Austria moving forward a little bit. Ball being tossed back and right. Janowski possession. Boga. You can see them
Trying to bring the ball back
being
to Scheuer.
too far apart from each other, one going up, not staying down a little bit to pass.
Schmutz now
Well done,
recovered the
Schmutz.
ball, moving forward to the corner of the Swedish basket. Stop there, another player trying to help her.
Has to move up, players down below her, but forward lurking.
Schmutz seemed to not see the players underneath her.
I think she was anticipating a forward to move on to them. Didn't want to break past Bilgeri trying to move forward. There's a ref call. Yet again. Out of bounds on the right side. How?
Maybe the ball was above the surface.
Probably. Yeah, probably the ball was above the surface. That's possible. She was swimming with the ball and maybe lifting it up a little bit too high while swimming.
Oh, you can
Not being
see
careful enough.
Swedish players diving to the basket for Austria. Trying to interfere or to... Yeah, well, but it was just
4 minutes played in the second half. Sweden now trying to move in. Well, a position for Sweden. Will probably try to deliver the ball to Carlsen. In front, can to get the pass off. Moving back up. Recovered Bodeka. Immediate attack by 2 Swedish players. Can pass backwards.
strong forechecking, but she managed to pass down.
A little bit of an
Neuenteufel now has the ball, but forechecking again by Sweden. And the move to the basket. No defender in place there.
Scheuer in position. Moving up, attacking the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper being lifted up a little bit, has to pass downwards. Goalkeeper exchanging, bit risky position there. Yeah.
And the ball is in there.
She caught her during during the exchange. Could lift her, keeper lifted up, had an opening.
She managed well to work on the goalkeeper, and in the exchange, she was not properly placed. Probably she could grab a hand of Neuenteufel and push her up and open a gap on her back and push the ball in.
So Sweden now clearly the more pressing team. Scrum in the middle of the goal. Goal scored by Maria Wittberg. The Austrians doing the best to hold off the Swedish players. But seem to have some issues. 3 penalties already called onto them. So it will be interesting to review afterwards and see where was the issue on the defense there. Good fast break.
Moving in
Good
fast.
Strand moving in. And
Oh, very well defended
saved
by
Vogler
Vogler.
in the first moment, but she's alone at the basket and 2 Swedish players are
3
there.
players trying to get the ball from her.
But now
No,
move
Bilgeri
out.
got the ball out there.
Now we have Scheuer moving forward, trying to go for the fast break with Janowski.
Wijanowski, maybe she
Well,
can pass over to
making
her.
contact, trying to pass the ball
Yes,
forward,
but-
but we can see the Swedes keep going and staying down there to attack again.
But
help
also
help
passing
the
out to
players.
Neuenteufel. But they're always alone, and Swedish players always 2.
Let's see.
And they're coming
Younger,
fast in
inexperienced
from
more-
the side.
with less experienced players for Austria there, having a bit of issue holding on to the ball, keeping it secure.
Scrum on the surface, not moving. Now Schmutz. Managed to get the ball out. Passing over now Scheuer trying to move to the Swedish basket, but was stopped. Bring the ball out to the corner. Building up an attack. Janowski. Thinking about going in. Turns around. Neuenteufel as well.
Austria trying to circle the goal a bit.
Waiting for the right moment. Bilgeri there. Lost the ball against the forechecker. And now Schmutz at the basket. No defender there. But she had to bring the ball back out again.
Krasova picked off by the Swedish players in front of the basket.
And Janowski, hard forechecking immediately.
The ball being moved around a bit. Oh, popped on the surface. Maracek
Recovers the ball.
Yet again.
Passing it out to Schmutz.
Swedish players always coming from a bit of a dead angle.
And Maracek trying to move the ball in. Underneath her, number 27.
It's a Segros. Neutafel. Decker losing the ball, being attacked from behind.
Fast break, stopped by Schmutz.
Once again trying to clear for Austria.
But Emma Wieden gets the ball and tries to move forward again.
Still going at the players, trying to
Passing
hold them
on.
off, giving her defense a little bit of time to set up in the back. Well done by her. Now Sweden moving back in onto the Austrian
With
basket.
3 players.
Berggren. Berggren moving in. Berggren keeping it safe.
And now they move in together. One player positioning themselves.
Berggren pass to the right, pass to the left. Falling back out. Wittberg. Nice pass to the side, and Edinger moving in from above onto the goalkeeper. Cannot get an immediate hold, but now the defense is gone for Austria. Goalkeepers can exchange, but now 3 players moving in. They a nice
Passing
pass to
on.
the back. Goalkeeper on the basket, but can be pushed up. Wittberg for Sweden.
All the
locked up.
defenders push her up again.
Decker trying to help out. Yet again, attack from above. Strand this time. See them moving in onto the goalkeeper. Pass underneath the back. Ball bounced on the bottom. Goalkeepers can exchange. Scheuer cleared for Austria. Well done by her against the 2. Now Austria trying to move out. Sweden though, immediate forechecking.
Scheuer gets the ball again. Passing forward to
2,
Schmutz.
3 players closing
Moving
in.
forward slowly again.
Oh,
They have some pass stations, always help themselves. But Sweden recovered the ball and starts an attack again. Going back to the Austrian baskets.
Scheuer on the bottom. 3 players from Sweden initially. Strand moving back out. Sweden now yet again recuperating their strength, having the players wait a bit, catch their breath. Maybe draw forward out, and then they move back down. Pass broken up, well done.
Maracek
Always
fights
those
for the ball, but
far passes that are so unsafe to play.
and now they have 1 player under the basket. She tries to pass over to the Swedish player. Janowski interfered the pass, locks it, and tries to get it out.
Ball just dropping
And
down.
now
Onek,
Browning passing over.
risky pass to goalkeeper pushing herself off, but well done here moving forward. That was not very,
No, Bilgeri wanted to pass, but her teammate just went to the surface, back again. She had to get the ball herself. Now Scheuer's in possession of the ball, moving forward finally. Again.
See them
And
closing in on her, 2 players, left and right. She needs a passing option close to her, not far away. The Swedish team doing a good job, always being
Bilgeri passing over. Teammate. Now they finally get close to the basket again. Are pushed back to the corner. have to reset a little bit, calming down the game, look for a good moment to start an attack again together. Non-Teufel now fighting with Berggren for the ball. So the Swedish team recovered the ball.
Going for the fast break. 2 minutes to go.
And Berggren dives for the empty basket. Who is faster? Ah.
Bit of a mix-up. Ah, she can push the ball. Johnson, no defender there. Now two players can move in. Persson.
Very well done.
With the score for Sweden.
Fast break. Didn't work out in the first try, but enough players coming with them. Passing back. And executing very well. So we have a timeout for
Austria.
For Austria.
Some late adjustments in the game.
Maybe they're discussing a plan for the last 2 minutes.
I think they're just trying to adjust the team as best as they can in the last 2 minutes, see what they can do. Maybe try out some 1 or 2 new tactics there to see how they can approach the last minutes of the game. Maybe learn something for the next games, learn how to defend those situations they just had. Maybe also putting the strongest 6 players in the water, trying to go forward one last time, or in this game, using all they have to maybe push the Swedish team to the limits as best as they can. But the attempt to overswim the Swedish player was read by the forward, and she immediately moved back up. Ball being handled. Scrum again in the middle of the pool. Good effort, very fast attack. But clear Radab has now issues here in the defense. You can see no defender in place, and they will move in immediately onto the goal.
One player positioning
Ball being
himself under
right,
the basket.
But well done, Bonek recovering. Baracek tried to hold on to it. Defense still in place. Got in there last second. Seconds to go. 7-0 the lead for Sweden. Dropping the ball. Just doing a bit back and forth. Now trying with one last wave. Moving in from above. Can she pass down? Very well done by her. Moving up. Nina Berggren from the backside. Ball being handled back and forth. Falling down onto the goalkeeper. Moving out. Keeping the ball. Austria. So very well done by them to secure the last attack from Sweden. End of the game, 7-0 for Sweden. Sweden now very safely positioning them in the second place of the group, behind Norway. They tied against Norway in their group placement games, tied against Denmark, and so Denmark lost to Norway. Well done by the teams. Next game we have Denmark versus Colombia on the men's side, which surely should be one of the toughest and fastest games here today. We'll see what the two teams can bring. Until then we'll have a little bit of a break. See you later.
Hello again. So just for the camera, can you tell us please your name and your position?
Sure, I'm Julia Brauneck, I'm a defender.
Pleased to meet you, Julia. And like I know this game was hard and everything. And how did you find it? Were there any hardships you didn't expect, or everything went as planned and a strategy used?
I would say it was not unexpected that the Swedes are strong. That was expected. It was also not unexpected that we would fight hard. We did that. We're happy with the result. We aimed for respect, and I think we got that.
Yeah, I think you did really great. You defended really well and everything. It's a match I think you can all be proud of. Yeah. Do you have another match today or just tomorrow?
We have 2 matches tomorrow.
2 matches.
Yeah. So we still have Denmark and Norway tomorrow.
Okay, and who do you think will be the biggest threat?
Ha! Do I want to give that away? No, to be honest, both are strong. I mean, we've seen the Norwegians last year, we've seen the Danes last year. We did not meet directly with the Danes last year at the Europeans, but I expect them to be equally strong, to be honest. This year we're seeing them, well, all 3 of them really strong, the Scandinavians.
Okay, yeah. And putting a bit of the sport aside, have you had time to visit the city? Have you liked it?
I have had time to visit a little, and I'm still planning. I used to live here, so I'm still planning to go see maybe my old school, definitely my old house, maybe where the Scouts troop was and the swimming pool.
I didn't know that. You left when you were how old?
I left I came back and forth a couple of times, but the major time I was here was between when I was 10 and 11, so 1991. And my first under or in the water competition was actually in this pool. That's why I trained hard to get here.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm impressed. Well, and thank you very much for your time. Like, I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the next game of the 2023 Yamaha Rugby World Championship in Montreal, Canada. In blue,